The United States has protested the presence of a senior Palestinian official at a UN Security Council meeting behind a sign bearing the name State of Palestine. Palestinian Authority Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki took part in the council meeting. US Ambassador Susan Rice objected to the placard, saying Washington does not recognize Palestine as a state in the United Nations. The UN General Assembly voted to upgrade Palestine as a non-member observer state on November 29th. From Beirut, I'm joined by Karma Wazni, political commentator. Welcome to the programme. So, Mr. Wazni, what is your impression of the comments by Susan Rice that Washington does not recognise the state of Palestine in the United Nations?
Well, this is show the real face of the United States does not want it to see a Palestinian state. And this is the message that should be resonated with the Palestinian people. The United States is against a Palestinian state or recognizing any legal entity for the Palestinian to be present at the UN despite the vote from the General Assembly. It's a disgrace for Mr. Rice to make such a comment about the presence of a Palestinian. The Palestinian, they rightly so at the right place. They have the right to participate. They've been voted by the international community. They have legitimate to be there. The land, the Palestinian land is there, and the Israeli are the occupier of anything. When they talk about peace process and the principle of peace, at least they have to accept the Palestinian as a real participant to have a place at the UN, at the Security Council, and to be present in every diplomatic channels.
And so how much can the Palestinians be hopeful for an upgraded status at the United Nations?
Well, I think the Palestinians should work very hard at building themselves together to be strong again, unified again, and not to abandon the resistance, because eventually the United States, as you see, cannot tolerate a presence of one Palestinian at the back office of a Security Council, because their total loyalty to Israel. I think if you want it to be present, you have to be a strong will and determination, and to have the resistance on your side, because the only thing that liberates your country and impose your existence is to be strong. And I think the United States is looking into the interest of Israel and will do everything to keep Israel happy now and in the future. They don't consider the Palestinian as a legitimate body anywhere, and we saw the racist attack by the Mrs. Rice, the representative of the United States. That's a racist attempt against the Palestinian people, should be condemned, first of all by Mr. Obama as a legal expert before he is a president of a country, and by the international community and the Arab country, which always talk about Arab Spring, especially those people who are waging war in the Middle East against another country. They should take a stand for Palestine once and for all.
Indeed. We'll have to leave it there for the time being. Many thanks to Karma Wazni, political commentator from Beirut. Thanks for your thoughts there, sir.